Kia ora. Well, one end to the week. This low pressure system continues to bring heavy rainfall towards the eastern coast, and you can see those winds wrapping around it as well. Incredibly strong for us here in Wellington. And although things are easing off through the nighttime, we're still going to find a rather blustery day on Saturday. You can see that low pressure is still close by, continue to feed those easterly winds on towards the North Island, bringing more cloudier and wet weather in towards everywhere from Wairarapa up towards Tairāwhiti. On the other side of the hills, generally a better, drier, brighter day, but still with some blustery winds around that top of the country as well. For the south side, generally things are looking pretty decent through the weekend. The west coast, the place to be. But we are going to find some cold, frosty conditions back where there's -1 there for the likes of Christchurch to start the day on Sunday, but getting better for that eastern coast during the daytime on Sunday. Still a few showers around for the likes of the Aotearoa district, but on the whole, it is an improving story. On in towards next week, Monday, start to see the return of high pressure building across from the Tasman Sea. Still a bit more of that onshore feed of air, so places like Hawke's Bay, Tairāwhiti, still keeping things fairly cloudy and showery. Elsewhere, things generally are looking pretty bright and sunny, not a bad looking story for places like Northland and Auckland over the next few days once we get today out of the way. On in towards Tuesday, you can see the high pressure is a little bit more dominant, giving much more of the settled story across the country through the daytime there. Those winds up towards the north of the country, still that southeasterly feed, but for most of us it's a dry looking day. You can see on the charts here though where gets the rainfall. In those easterly winds, the mountains to the west of Hawke's Bay and Tairāwhiti act as a block, keeping the heaviest rainfall on that side. You can see the bullseye of heavy rainfall there over the tops of the Taurua Range, and there is a heavy rainfall warning for those regions of South Wairarapa and Wellington as we head through in towards Saturday. For the south side note, with the high pressure building over you first, it's generally a dry story. Clear, cold and frosty, that's what we've got to watch out there, and still some of that rainfall lingering across the likes of Marlborough. That cold air, though, is spreading up the country. It's not unheard of. We are now pretty much at the end of June, so cold is what we'd expect. But it is, I think, going to be a chilly start to next week. High pressure, though, is with us. The browns here showing that much larger feature of high pressure sitting across the country through in towards Thursday and Friday. There are these next features of low pressure running from the north and the west, running down towards the far southern parts of New Zealand, bringing a bit more cloud towards the western coast. But on the whole, if you're up in the North Island, it is looking like a fairly dry and settled week as we head through next week. That's it from me. There's more at MetService.com.